Welcome to Turn to Your Doom, a Choose Your Own Adventure book podcast where someone reads a Choose Your Own Adventure book and the other person chooses the adventure. My name is Art, and with me today is someone who is about to be threatened by antimatter storms.
Oh, shit.
Faith.
Hi.
Yeah.
Antimatter storms are homophobic, by the way.
Yeah, they're real homophobic.
It's real homophobic.
God, I heard one of them just called me the F slur just now. And not in like a fun way, not in a fun sassy way.
Yeah, like everybody on this
said it with a hard
ship
F.
Yeah, because otherwise they're just calling you a stone.
Yeah, but
an agate.
But oh god. No, someone speaking of, we are recording on the day that Toriyama died.
Mm-hmm.
The mangaka who created Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and like was like the main reason why we have Chrono Trigger and Dragon Quest and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But someone was talking about like who do you think is the most racist character in Dragon Ball Z? And obviously the question is Frieza. And it's because whenever he sees a Saiyan, he calls him monkey, but he calls him monkey with a hard M. Like, he says it. So, because the thing is, it's like, hey, they do turn into giant apes if they have their tail. So, like, that's not, I mean, sure, is it a misclassification? But, but he does say, like, he says monkey like it's a slur.
He really does.
With a hard M.
Really does.
Yeah, but
also, I learned today that the Japanese sign language sign for Dragon Ball Z is the Kamehameha.
Oh.
That movement. First of all, that there is an official sign for Dragon Ball in Japanese sign language, and that it's the Kamehameha.
Yeah. Well, rip to a good one.
I know.
We would have not had a lot of things without you. But that being said, talking about rip to a good one, we are gonna be doing the last part of this book.
Yeah.
So, instead of going into orbit after the captain is, so Captain Dr. Vivaldi, is on a Signet shuttlecraft, and, you and, that one guy, Pickens, are in the ship. And, yeah. And one of them was to stay in orbit.
Oh, yeah, because we could just... The captain's like, do you want to go down? And if we do go down, do you want to go with? And if you're just like, no, that's...
Yeah, this is when you're just like, this is the insubordination art.
Yeah, you're like, nuh-uh.
No. But
what do you mean, no?
So instead of dying multiple ways, you are going to just follow what the computer said, which is to get away on your getaway sticks.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. We're getting away. Since you can't save the captain and Dr. Vivaldi unless you save the Aloha, you and Pickens proceed towards Altair's 10th planet, the outermost one. From this position, you should be able to safely monitor the whole Altair system. By the time you reach the outer limits of Altair's system, many of the planets are surrounded by pink light. Tongues of flame leaps from Altair's surface of tens of millions of kilometers into space. You ask the...
Oh my gosh. I can't believe Altair has become girly pop.
Activity increasing. Life threatened to all planets except for 6. Why is the 6th planet escaping the antimatter storms? Could there be some natural cause for it? Or is it the work of alien beings? If you decide to wait for the time being on the edge of Altair's system, turn to page 74. If you decide to investigate the 6th planet, turn to page 75.
Yeah, we can hang out here for a little bit. We'll do manicures and milkshakes.
So, you assume stationary orbit in the outermost edge of the Altair system, where you can safely await developments. As you watch the display screen, you are startled to see Altair begin to lose parts of its spectrum. Pulsating waves of light fly out from its surface. The sensors show that the first and fifth planet disappeared. You ask the computer for analysis, but there's no response. Everything is oddly quiet. Eerie flickering lights dance around the instruments on the bridge. Pickens says he'll try to de-energize all the computer functions, except for those necessary. To hype? What? To hype the Aloha out of the Altair system. He looks up, intending to ask you for help, but you're no longer there. Damn. I thought the antimatter storm just killed you.
Yeah, nope, apparently we're just gone from reality.
It's that lame retcon that Moffat did to the Weeping Angels, where instead of them killing you, they just send you back in time far enough back that you just die before the modern... God, Moffat, you suck.
Yeah. By the way, Jodie Whittaker's run, they did a much cooler thing with the Angels, where they will turn you into a Weeping Angel.
There's a thing also they did that if you see a picture of the angel, and whatnot, like, they will find you, basically.
Yep.
At some point. God, they should have just left the Weeping Angels to that one episode. It was such a cool thing, and the more you add to it, the worse it is.
Yeah.
Like, you could probably do, like, one more episode with them, but, like, you don't add to their lore. Just don't.
No, they're terrifying enough.
Like, it's like how it's just like how almost every creepypasta ruins itself, because they have to explain something.
Yeah, or once it becomes popular, people start adding into it, and it's always bad.
Well, like, so many creepypastas just like, oh, look at this really creepy thing, and then right at the end, they'll be like, yeah, and that's why everything sucks here. They say this really cool thing at the end. Hasta la vista or something. It's like, I don't know.
Hasta la vista.
Like how the Russian sleep experiment, the creepypasta would be 1,000 times better if it didn't have like the last 5 paragraphs.
Right?
Yeah. Like,
my advice is somebody who has written creepypasta: don't reveal shit.
Don't reveal shit.
When you're at the end, you're like trying to think of like an explanation for everything. Don't.
Don't. Just like actual knowledge in real life, you don't. Just like actual things in real life, you don't need to know everything.
Yeah.
Some things you don't need to know.
You don't need to know. The audience doesn't need to know. Nobody needs to know.
Yeah. But yeah, let's go. God, now I'm remembering that. Fuck. God damn it. And now I'm just mad at Moffat. Fuck. No wonder I stopped watching Doctor Who.
He really was just. Well, and also,
Russell T Davies is also apparently a shitty person, so...
Yeah, I heard that too, yeah.
God, I can't believe I
write women.
defended it. I can't believe I defended that shit at one point. God, I was such a fucking idiot.
Well, at the time, like, I can see how it was, like, new and novel, but, like, it's always in retrospect when you look back on something and you're like, oh, I do see the flaws in this now. I went through that with season 1 of True Detective recently, because Nick Pizzolatto, the writer of the first 3 seasons, threw his big baby hissy fit because they hired another writer for the 4th season, and he's big mad about it. And then I look back on 1st, 2nd sucked, 3rd was okay. Look back, and I was like, man, Nick Pizzolatto cannot write women.
No. And the thing is, there is ways to where... You don't even have to include women in your things, and it doesn't sound that like bad.
Like True Detective season 1 would have been exactly the same if all the female characters weren't there. It'd be exactly the same.
Like there are and I hate to say this, but like there are ways to write stuff without the people you don't know how to write and make it not be like a shitty thing.
Yeah.
Or you could just, I don't know, hire someone to look at your script for, like, a couple of weeks and to make it, not suck in certain aspects. But it's whatever,
Yeah, who needs an editor?
Like, I am not a white dude. So, like, I like diversity, but there's also, not every story needs to be diverse as well. Sometimes you could just not have a diverse story and it still be okay. You just have to actually do a setting where it makes sense. And I don't understand why people don't do that more. Like, you can't have, like, a non-diverse cast or diverse movie if it's, like, set in, like, New York or anything. Because there's gonna have to be other people. But, like, I don't know, set it in, like, the 50s or something in a boarding school. You know? Or something.
Yeah, like
it's
a rich
just,
boarding school.
Yeah, there are ways of doing it. Most of it is involving you going back in time before the civil rights movement. But there are ways of doing it. But that being said, now I have to. I watched like 6 fucking seasons of Moffat's writing. Okay, whatever. Okay, sorry. I'm just remembering the send-off. I'm remembering the send-off episode for Amy Pond and Rory, where they got put back in time. I'm just like, oh, this is cute, I guess, but also at the same time, they made Reaping Angels, like, even worse.
Ugh.
It's just like, god damn it, he had such a good idea. But, okay. That being said, so, instead of staying around the 10th planet, and you being transported back in time, just long enough to where you don't live in the modern times anymore, you go to the 6th planet. You see what's going on there. You know, that 6th planet there.
Yeah!
So,
what's happening here?
The Aloha speeds towards the 6th planet, a mysterious sphere, only half the size of Earth. As you approach, all sensors deploy sense an unusual electromagnetic effect. Planet 6 analyzed. Data shows anti-gravity effect, contrary to known laws of physics, says the computer.
What? Anti-gravity
Suddenly, some
effect?
force, against all known laws of physics.
It just spins really fast and everything flies off of it. That's the secret.
Suddenly, some force takes hold of the ship, locking in an orbit around the 6th planet.
Ah!
You're unable to get back on course. Your only chance of escaping is activating your time override acceleration device, a procedure that might rip the Aloha apart. Okay, wait. Time override acceleration device. TOA. What does that mean? Are you traveling in the future?
Time override, what was the rest of it?
Acceleration device.
Time override accelerate device. I think they just wanted the word toad.
Well, no, it's TOA device when they write it.
TOA. It could have been toad.
Could have been.
Cowards. I
mean, you don't want to
Time
be
override.
toad. Pervert. I'm joking.
No, I mean like an actual toad. Like a frog.
I mean, it could be, but like, I don't know.
Time override.
Okay, I know, like, I'm just trying to figure out what they were doing. Because, like, okay, so time override would involve...
It's like the engine in Event Horizon. They're like, listen, we don't know if this will work, but just in case, hit this button.
I guess.
It may or may not open a portal to hell.
We have a 50-50 chance. Portal to hell?
50-50 chance.
Or we die.
Of you saving the ship and the crew, or you will open a portal to hell, and we'll have to find you later and kill you.
50-50 chance.
50-50. I mean, it's up to you guys if you want to make that choice. You guys can do the math. We're just putting this here.
Oh man, I would love to just love if just regular vehicles had like a button that, like, I'm not even gonna say 50-50. I'm gonna say like 90% of the time does exactly what it's supposed to do, but there's a 10% chance it opens a portal to hell. Like 10%. Like okay.
I love that. Like, we put a highly unstable experimental time travel device into your vehicle. If you are in an emergency, life or death, you will die and other people will also die. Hit the button. Of course, it carries a 10% chance that it will turn the entire world into, like, every human being into a pile of bananas. Okay, have fun!
Okay, 91 is an ending. So, but it's, if you activate the TOA device, turn to page 91. If
Hell
you
yeah,
do
let's
not,
slap that. I want to open a hell dimension portal.
Yeah, if you don't, turn to page 92. So let's go.
Yeah, I wonder which
let's
one
do
is
this.
the ending.
I wonder if we open up the portal to hell, if we'll get out of this okay.
I wonder if the one-page ending is, or the one-page option is the ending or not.
Yeah. The moment you activate the TOA device, you fall unconscious. When you come back, you check the display screens and shocked to see that Altair is so far away. It looks like just another bright star. Pickens is lying on one end of the compartment. He is badly bruised, otherwise unharmed. The Aloha is virtually crippled, limited to travel at sub-light speeds. It will take at least 2 years for you to return to the Altair system on Neuron Drive. Fortunately, you have aboard the means to grow enough food to last you several years. Whether the Captain or Dr. Vivaldi can survive until you arrive, if you arrive, only time will tell. The end. Also, you're in a hell dimension, so that also, that's fine.
Just an FYI. You're also going to be farming in the hell dimension. This is Minecraft and you're in the nether.
So, 92 is not an ending. So, you are not willing to risk trying the Aloha's TOA device. Instead, you and Pickens study the situation in hopes of finding some mode of escape. You have little time to think, for in a few minutes the amber and purple stress lights begin to flash. The computer begins an emergency printout. I'm just going to make this a voice line. Unauthorized person scanning my memory banks. That's what I call someone reading my diary when I don't give them permission.
The computer's like, someone's reading my diary.
An alien life form must be present. Suddenly the computer starts talking, but it's not the computer. It's an alien speaking through the computer. Ooh, use this one instead.
We know all about you. We are taking this planet through a time-space singularity into our universe. If you follow instructions, you will come to. Otherwise, you will die. Your first instruction is to say nothing.
If you obey the planet's orders and say nothing, like a good boy, you'll turn to page 97. If you tell the aliens that they have no right to abduct you, like a brat, turn to page 98.
I knew you were going to say that.
If you try to convince the aliens that you come in friendship, turn to page 102, like a friends with benefits situation. I don't know which one that would go to.
Well then. No, man, fuck these aliens.
Okay.
They read the computer's diary. That's so rude.
Yeah, so we're going to turn to page 98.
They're just like, alien craft. What are mommy milkers? And the computer's like, oh no.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh no, they read that part of my diary.
Surely it is wrong in your universe, as it is ours, to enslave another being. Let us go, cry out. The voice is silent. You thankfully note that you are still alive. I think you may have confused the alien mind. Pickens says, for the moment it does not seem to be able to act. And we still control the computer. Computer, what did you learn from the aliens while they were scanning your memory banks? They are afraid of our chronostan. They instructed me to destroy it, but my own security program preventing me from doing so. Suppose, computer, we activate our chronostan. We will be thrown at least a year into the past. It will destroy our time contraction device. Caution, 33% chance of vaporizing Aloha. You realize that it could hurl the Aloha a year into the past. That would ensure your escape from the alien beings and give you time you need to rescue the Captain and Dr. Vivaldi. Okay. If you turn it on, turn to page 70. If you do not turn it on, turn to page 72.
Let's turn it on. Also, I love that the way to temporarily stall the aliens is by just saying something completely incomprehensible to them.
Because, they didn't Okay, so they didn't even say, like, they were going to enslave you. They were, like, saying, hey, if you don't want to die, we could help you with the thing we're doing right now.
Yeah, I like, they're probably, like, all, like, look, like, one of them has their hand on the microphone so it can't pick up their voices, and they're all like, when did we say that we were going to enslave them? What the fuck is this kid on?
I don't have the sound, but it's just like, the bottom was too stunned to speak. That's those. Wait, did you say you're going to turn it on?
Yeah, I'm flipping the switch. I'm hitting the big red button.
Oh, fucking hell! There's more story after this.
Damn it!
Oh, I'm running out of space.
It would be so funny. They're all busy, like, what the fuck is this kid talking about? Like, we're not enslaving them. We just want to help. Next thing you know, the ship just explodes. They're like, what is happening?
You activate the chronostan. A terrible whining sounds like a jet engine, forcing you to your knees in pain. The next thing you feel is a dull headache. Rubbing your eyes, you quickly call up a display on the Altair system on one of the computer screens. Everything is calm. There's no flashes of light. You think everything has worked out all right. And then you realize that the Aloha is drifting in space. You find that the space neuron drive is irreparably damaged. On the third planet, the Captain Dr. Vivaldi will be waiting for you. The survival supplies will not last indefinitely. You reach the third planet in a few days, but that means you used up every ounce of your retro rocket fuel. What if you don't have quite enough to make it? It could be wiser to wait a month until the planet passes close by. That way you can make it with fuel to spare. If you proceed to the third planet, turn to page 106. If you wait, turn to page 107.
Let's go there. Let's see what's up.
You immediately plot a course to the third planet and fire retro rockets, causing the Aloha to slowly accelerate and head towards the place in space where the third planet will be in 4 days. Now, the antimatter interference had been removed. Radio communication is possible. You soon reach Dr. Vivaldi, and they took refuge in a cave during the antimatter storm. They reported that they found a good source of food and no signs of intelligent life. 4 days later, you approach the third planet. The Aloha is caught in the gravitational field of the water moon. In plotting its course, the computer did not compensate for this. You try to escape the moon's gravitational pull without exhausting your fuel supply, but you're forced to apply additional power. Within a few moments, the instruments reveal that you're out of fuel. You engage the emergency booster rocket. It's not enough. You're falling faster and faster. Splash. The end.
Aww.
Okay, well, let's see what happens if you're a little baby bitch and you wait. You and Pickens settle down and wait for the third planet to reach its closest point of approach. You're able to reach Dr. Vivaldi and the captain by radio. They have survived the antimatter storm. For a moment, all is calm on the third planet. It is a month before you and Pickens follow your retro rocket and glide into stationary orbit above the Signet, which soon afterwards blasts off and maneuvers alongside. The crew is finally reignited. There's plenty of food for us on this planet. The captain, there's plenty of food for us on this planet, the captain says. Thank goodness for that. Now that neuron drive is out of commission. The Aloha is able to travel only by conventional nuclear power. Our top speed is barely 69 million kilometers per hour. At this rate, we should reach Earth in 180 years. We are no longer visitors, muses Dr. Vivaldi. The third planet from Altair is now our home. The end. And
okay.
If
also,
you explore
kilometers?
Around,
what are we? Filthy Europeans?
To be fair, space travel is measured in kilometers.
Get that shit out of here.
God, I don't have that sound. I don't have that sound. I don't have the sound that is, what the fuck is a kilometer?
I love that one too.
God, I need to get that one. I want to get that shirt, but like, I try not to like wear anything that will like give me more attention early.
Oh, that's gonna be my 4th of July shirt this year. But the skeleton
I would only
with
wear
the
it
two.
around for 4th of July stuff.
Yeah. What the fuck is a kilometer? The skeleton with 2 machine guns.
But yeah. Let's go back to one of the other options.
Oh yeah, we had 3 choices with the aliens. We could shut up, not say anything, or we could be like, "We come in peace."
You can be an obedient little pet and not say anything, or come in peace.
Or come in. Let's just not say anything. Like, fine, I don't want to talk to you either.
Fine, I'm not gonna say that you're taking us as slaves, even though you clearly offered to help, but not die.
That's definitely what you're doing.
Feeling you have no choice, you remain silent. If you can just stay alive, at least you can have hope of returning someday to your own universe. Several minutes pass, and you wonder whether you may be dreaming. Then, suddenly you feel something that seems like an electric shock. You try to cry out to Pickens, but find out you can't speak. You're paralyzed, surrounded by shimmering lights. You now find yourself free to move again, but you're faced with a thin, wiry creature with a large round head, from which dozens of long spikes protrude, speaking a language you never heard before, but you somehow can understand perfectly. The creature says,
"Welcome. I am sure you will enjoy your new world. If you will, just obey orders. Just obey orders."
The end. So, if you want to get into like a dom-sub relationship with this alien.
When you paused, when you were turning on your voice filter, when the alien says, and all I could imagine in my head was, "Your mom sucks me good and long through my jorts."
Okay.
Or any guy can be a baby girl. It takes a man to be a wife. What? So we go back
this
and
is
we're
if
like, we come in peace.
Yeah. Please give us a moment. We come in friendship. Make yourself known to us. We have much to learn from each other. Suddenly a dense fog fills the compartment. In a second, it clears. You rush to the controls, and to your joy, find that the Aloha had been free from its orbit around the 6th planet, and that the interfering aliens had simply vanished.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So like, whoa, we're not ready for that kind of commitment.
So if you don't call them... Okay, so if you don't, assume that they're enslaving you, they're just like, nah, I can't do this.
Whoa. No thank you.
You immediately set course for the 3rd planet. Your sensors locate Signet 1, waiting for you in orbit. In a few hours, you're reunited with the captain and Dr. Vivaldi. They are astonished to hear of your encounter with aliens. There's no question that you were present, and where the space-time of our universe touched space-time from another universe, the captain says. How many universes could there be? You wonder out loud. Before this happened, I would have said 1, Pickens muses. But now I believe the number is infinite. The end. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. Wait, Pickens. You have evidence of 2. I think you're going too far with infinity.
Yeah. It's a little... It's not all or nothing, buddy. It could be somewhere in between.
You're not a rabbit. You can count higher than 4, but you don't need to go much higher than 4 right now. Just go to 2.
2 proven.
By the way, that was a
more.
Watership Down reference.
Yep. Love it.
That there was a rabbit that was the fifth offspring, and the mother named all of its offspring by the numbers it knew. So there was a 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they named the 5th one thousands because they knew that was a word, but they didn't know how much that was. So we know it's real easy to just excite Pickens. I feel like you could probably dress up and scare him to think that there's more than one of him. You could probably make him believe that he has an evil twin. Pretty easily.
He's a simple man. He just wants to shoot his laser.
Come down to America. We have laser shooting. You could shoot a car filled with gasoline with a laser if you want to.
He just wants to shoot his laser gun on an alien planet. That's all he wants.
Okay, well, God. This book is only 116 pages, and there's still another choice from the original branch that we've done. Like, this book feels like it's like, much like Pickens would say, infinite. It's not. But I feel like we actually found the story they wanted to tell.
Yeah.
But, it was just hidden between a bunch of stuff that they didn't want to tell stories about.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going all the way back to the first choice.
Woo!
We are still on page 6, which was the original 3 choices, where you investigate the water moon, where your captain's just like, nah, stop it. The clouds, where you start your insubordination run, and
yeah, where you're like, fuck you, Captain, I'm not going down there. You go down there.
Yeah, so we're gonna head directly to the 3rd planet, which some would say makes the most sense because that was your mission. But,
what?
You know, yeah. The Aloha passes through the uppermost levels of the 3rd planet's atmosphere and glides in stationary orbit. The captain who now has recovered asks you to take a signet craft to the surface. You load up on packs of instruments, food, and water. The signet separates from the Aloha. You bring the shuttlecraft down 1,000 meters above ground, intending to look for unusual features. Almost at once, you're blinded by lights flashing all around you. You quickly make an emergency landing, setting down in a smooth meadow. You try to make contact with the Aloha, but radio communications have been cut off. If you get out and explore, turn to page 20. If you try to return to the Aloha, turn to page 34.
I like how you'd immediately be like, fuck this, and go back.
You mean the opposite that you probably would choose?
Yeah, I know. I'd be like, I don't like it. Open the door, look outside, close it, you're like, we're leaving. Let's go explore.
Okay.
If it was me, I wouldn't even be on this mission. I would be back on Earth, eating breadsticks, relaxing, watching Murder, She Wrote with my cats.
This would be you.
The missile is very tired. He is eepy. The missile has had a very long day of splashing bandits and wants to take just a small sleep. He EB and Neebies to sleepy.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that would be my official response to NASA when they asked me to come on the trip.
I desperately... Well, first off, I want to get another cat. But if I get another cat, I want to call it Mr. the Missile so badly. It is such a good name for a cat. Very
Mr.
good name.
the Missile.
Even better if it's a girl. So everyone would be confused.
Oh,
be like,
yes.
hey, here's my daughter, my biological daughter,
Yeah,
Mr. the Missile.
I gave birth to.
Yeah. Okay, so in the distance is a large lake. Along its shores are groves of trees. You climb out of the shuttlecraft and walk towards the lake. As you get closer, you're amazed to see what looks like to be trees ahead of you that look more like giant weeds or wild flowers. Suddenly, there's nothing under your feet. You are sliding down a steep slope in a dark, smelly pit. That's what they call your mom. Okay. You look like your nickname in high school was Dark Smelly Pit.
You say that to Pickens. He's like, what?
You were shaken but unhurt. just as you catch your breath, you notice a tunnel leading into a pit. This could be an escape route, or it could be your doom. I don't know. Tunnels don't always lead to outside. Sometimes they lead into lava.
Yeah.
That's why you need to be real careful if you see diamond. Like, don't want to go down because it's probably lava.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do not tempt fate.
You're supposed to laugh at my jokes.
I almost
feel
made
like
a
that was
Minecraft.
bad one.
I'm only mad because I was gonna make a Minecraft reference and then you did it first.
Okay.
You little shit.
Okay, we're going to turn to page 38. Coming towards you out of the tunnel is an animal with a terrible face, quivering whiskers, and a mean mouth of a rat. But this thing was the size of a bear, and its teeth are like those of a huge wolf. The rat beast comes closer. I'm going to send you a picture of what they say is as big as a bear, and I want to show you how much I disagree. That is the size of a bear. It's definitely bigger than a bear.
This is like in Night of the Lepus when they're describing the size of the rabbits. But in the movie, so they say that they're the size of wolves. But in the movie, like, when they're using the miniature sets, like, all the proportions are off and they're the size of cars. It's like, if your wolves are the size of cars, I feel like you have bigger problems than these rabbits.
I just sent you a picture.
Oh, God.
But, like, it's definitely bigger than a lot of bears. Like, I feel like a full-grown adult is about as tall as a bear.
Fuck. Yeah,
like,
God
that,
damn.
like, on its, like, haunches and stuff. Not standing up, but, like, on its haunches.
That thing is the size of, like, a bus.
That's the size of 2 bears. At least.
Double bear rolled into one. 2 bears standing on top of each other.
As the rat beast comes closer, you reach for a laser pistol. But it's gone, lost during your slide into the pit. You quickly pick up a handful of sand, and when the beast is almost upon you, hurl the sand in its eyes and run past it to the tunnel.
I was going to suggest taking out a spray bottle and spraying it, but this is just as effective.
The rat beast is apparently blinded or confused, for you're able to escape.
Pocket sand it.
Yeah, you do.
Jesus.
For you're able to escape. The rat beast is apparently blinded or confused, for you're able to escape through the tunnel, which winds up to the surface of the planet. So you don't think it's going to turn around?
Yeah. Like, you think it's done chasing you? Yeah.
Like, it could just turn around. Like, my dude, you're not safe.
Buddy, pal.
Thankful you step out into the fresh air, but the lake is gone? Perhaps it was a mirage. It's not pleasant to think that your eyes could be playing tricks on you. You feel exhausted from your ordeal, confused about where you are, and anxious to return to the Aloha. If you start out immediately to find your way back to the Signet, turn to page 7. If you sit and rest for a few moments, turn to page 59.
Nah, man,
yes, sit right outside of the tunnel with the beast that was trying to eat you.
Yeah, no, we're going back to Signet. I'm not getting eaten today. In that way.
Yeah. Now, in the other way, which is cannibalistically by another human. Yes.
Yeah.
It's our 3rd day, and we have rations for 4 months. After I eat you, now I have rations for 8 months. It only makes sense.
Yeah. Well, and you have to eat them before they starve.
Exactly. Because if they starve, you can't, you might get sick.
There's not enough fat content, so you gain no nutrition from it.
Yeah. So eat them while they're healthy on the 3rd day, when you can still definitely have rescuers. In fact, you still have a lot of hope. You just want to make sure you can live for almost a year.
The Aloha is calling you and telling you that they will come pick you up.
Just like, oh no, I just ate Dr. Vivaldi. We were gone for 2 days. Yeah, I know.
48 hours. You guys were gone. You ate Dr. Vivaldi.
I'm sorry, I already chopped off my leg. What? I was a little hungry. I couldn't wait.
You have like 14 grilled cheese sandwiches. You're fine.
Okay, return to page 7. As you continue on, you notice that what you thought was a lake was actually a meadow of blue-gray moss. You're relieved to know that you're not losing your senses. You cross the mossy meadow and approach a stream that is almost obscured by a thick underbrush along its banks. Near the stream, you pass clumps of large bushy plants waving in the wind. But there's something wrong about this. There's no wind. The plant seems to be searching for something, perhaps food. One of them is bending down over you. In a moment, you realize that you're surrounded by the plants. If you dive into the underbrush, hoping that the plants won't be able to get at you there, turn to page 48. If you try to run away from the plants, turn to page 40. Turn to page 46.
Let's try and skedaddle.
You start to run, but at once you feel something like a wet towel twirl around your leg. You whirl, about to slash at it with your knife, but it loosens its grip, and another plant flaps against your face, its leaves curling around your neck. You duck, twist, and run as fast as you can in a few minutes. You reach the safety of a forest fern. You soon see a blurry shape running towards you. A moment later, a band of humanoid creatures run past. You wonder whether you should try to communicate with them. Perhaps they could help you learn more about the third planet. On the other hand, they might hold you captive. Or worse, make you, do their laundry or something. I feel like that feels like death to me. I hate doing laundry.
Put the dishes, empty the dishwasher.
Oh god, I hate that. Why can't it just hold the dishes?
Yeah.
How dare you make me do a recurring thing that I have to do over and over again?
Yeah.
Might as well just shoot me in the fucking head.
It's a minorly inconvenienced, and I wish for death.
Oh, God. Oh, God, the joy of having ADHD, it's wonderful.
Every time I must do a repetitive task that I hate, I would rather die.
Yeah, if you stay hidden until they pass, turn to page 67. If you call out to them, turn to page 65.
Let's call out to them. Let's be friends.
Okay.
Maybe we'll hold...
Maybe. Fortunately, the people are friendly. They take you to their village, a cluster of rude shelters interspersed with large stone monuments. To your surprise, you find Dr. Vivaldi in the village. She encountered some of the villagers while searching for you. Have you examined these monuments? She asked excitedly. They are exactly like they're exactly like the ones on Easter Island in the Pacific Ocean. You're aware that no one knows who fashioned the Easter Island monuments or why. Don't we know, actually, now?
Oh, how they got there, yeah.
Know? Yeah, we know now.
Oh, yeah, we know. Yeah, they just, rock them back and forth, basically.
Yeah, it's we
they
can do
literally,
that now.
walk them to the spot.
Yeah, they do this. They do the thing that you do with large pieces of furniture when you're moving them alone and you refuse to get help.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, definitely not a way a lot of people die every year.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
After photographing the monument, you return to your signet in Dr. Vivaldi's shuttlecraft and ascend to the Aloha. The captain is amazed by your report. I only wish we could investigate the planet further, but our medical census indicates that there are microorganisms in the atmosphere that we have no defense against. If we stay here, we will become fatally ill, which is consistent, actually, through this entire book, which is good.
Yeah.
The Aloha blasts out of stationary orbit, and soon you're streaking past Altair's outermost planet. If I'm right, the captain says, as you two are standing on the bridge, we are not the first to make the trip between Earth and the third planet of Altair, because brown people can never do anything. It's all aliens. That's what he says, right there. It's definitely not, that ancient people were as smart as we were. They just had lesser technology.
Yeah, definitely not that.
No. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Well, let's hide.
Yeah.
You stay hidden until the humanoid creatures have passed. You take your time and return to the signet. Flickering lights cover the sky. All your radio and radar equipment is burnt out. You quickly blast off and almost immediately spot the Aloha overhead. You dock as quickly as possible. We never thought you'd make it. Fortunately, we were able to track you. We are hyping out immediately. Antimatter storms may overwhelm this planet within hours. It is time for us to return home. In a few minutes, the Aloha is speeding through space. Safe once more, you breathe a sigh of relief. Change course to Deneb 5. The captain commands you. We're startled by the captain's behavior. There's no conceivable reason for going to Deneb 5. You exchange glances with Vivaldi, who's standing next to you. Watch the captain closely. I think he may be in the grip of an alien mind force. Okay. Much like Pickens, you don't have to jump all the way to the edge of reason.
Yeah, god damn.
There are plenty of things between alien mind forces and him just being a little weird right now.
Yeah.
Now, the chances of him being on an alien mind force is really high because it's mentioned in this book. But, so we're turning to page 12. You carry out the captain's orders, and the Aloha veers toward Deneb 5. Suddenly, the ship shudders. Everyone is thrown about. The power goes off. Auxiliary lights flash on. Dangerous increase of X-ray radiation on this course. Safe levels now exceeded. We must stay on course, the captain barks. I'm sure the captain knows what he is doing. Dr. Vivaldi takes you aside. Now the alien force is controlling Pekin. She says, God damn it, Vivaldi. I think you might want this to happen. You're forcing it a little bit.
Yeah, listen, if you just want to kill them, just let me know.
Yeah, just, I'll help you.
I just want,
just
make sure I'm on board too. Don't lie to me.
Yeah. If you continue to follow the captain's orders, turn to page 24. If you challenge the captain, turn to page 25. Now, I do need to tell you, I'm sure that Dr. Vivaldi will just put an ice pick through your head if you follow the captain's orders. Because I feel like she really wants to kill the rest of the crew now.
I also have that feeling. Yeah, let's defy the captain. I love how she at the first chance jumps at the chance to kill every other part of the crew.
You trust Dr. Vivaldi, and you're sure her perception of the situation is correct. Setting your mini laser on stun, you stand behind Pickens and touch the electronic trigger. As you touch the electronic trigger, you whisper, Advise the captain to hype out. You freed me! The captain shouts. Quick, computer!
What?
Hype reverse!
What?
Prepare for shock treatment in 15 seconds, or prepare for shock turn in 15 seconds. It is still here, the Dr. Vivaldi says, but it can't act without infecting someone. You broke its hold on the captain's mind, and now you stun Pickens, but only temporarily. It's trying to get me again, the captain cries. We can and will it out of our minds, Vivaldi says. At that moment, you are conscious of a overwhelming thought. That you'll be happy if you surrender to the alien force, and will die if you don't surrender. Or that, it might be fun to try this out, this one time. You can try it a few more times if you want. You don't have to go all in on the first try.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you surrender, turn to page 42. If you concentrate on the alien force, turn to page 43.
I concentrate on the alien force. I'm just bombarding it with everything I've seen on the internet.
You're telling it everything you know about the Omegaverse.
I'm info dumping about the late 90s, early 2000s Godzilla movies. They're like, what do you mean Godzilla was made out of ghosts? It was just for one movie?
It asks you in the middle of info dumping about the Omegaverse, you're just like, can they get regular pregnant? Or...
Every disturbing video I've seen on the internet, they're like, what is that man doing with that jar?
It's like, well, I know what he's doing. I don't know why. It's scarred. I'm scarred. Like, every time I see a man standing over a jar, I'm just like, oh no.
No! I mean, you're about to see what he's gonna do.
Oh, you're wondering what degloving is? Well, I watched that video on accident, 2 times.
Yeah, I watched Gerald's game.
Oh, you want to know about Mr. Hands? Okay.
Oh, let's talk about Mr. Hands.
Oh, God.
Just dig everything out of your psyche that you possibly can.
So, concentrate, you call to the captain. Fight the alien force. If we could all hold on for a few minutes, the old Aloha will carry us out of range. The Aloha streaks away from Deneb 5. We're going to make it, Dr. Vivaldi whispers. Pickens slowly gets up and rubs his head, a dazed look on his face. I don't know where I've been, but I know there's another universe besides our own. I think there's like a million, maybe infinity.
Every time. Pickens.
Astounded but grateful you escaped from the mysterious force, you resume to Altair. A week later, a ship enters Altair's planetary system. Pickens goes to report this news to the captain, who's been quite ill since his encounter with the alien mind force. The Aloha nears the third planet. You and Dr. Vivaldi stands on the bridge, marveling at the perfectly shaped clouds, orbiting thousands of kilometers above the planet's surface. Soon Pickens returns and tells you that the captain is much improved and excited to hear that the Aloha is about to reach its destination. Turn to page 10. Oh! This goes back one of the choices we made.
Woo!
Earlier, when we go to the clouds. See, I want to loop this, but I need to find where it's at. Yeah. Man, this book does a really good job. I still don't know why we still have more book, though. I feel like at this point we would be done with most books.
I know. This is exhausting.
Okay, well, we have... Okay, let's go back to the obvious endings. So...
Yeah.
42, you just give in to it.
You give up.
You relax and hope that you will soon be happy. In a moment, Dr. Vivaldi collapses and you feel yourself drifting into another state of being. Your body's tingling. You feel no other sensations. Now you are but a consciousness drifting through space, wondering what will become of you. You will not find out for billions of years. The end. And then 24, which is you follow the captain's orders. You follow the captain's orders, and after all, he is still the captain. The Aloha vibrates frighteningly and hurtles through space towards Nib 5. Help! The captain cries as you watch his body becomes transparent and vanishes. Then you feel yourself evaporating. You still sense your existence, yet you no longer have a body. You are now but a single cell in some great cosmic mind. The end. We all disassociate sometimes. Like, why are you making a big deal out of
Don't
it?
make it... Don't make it so dramatic. We all dissociate sometimes. Is it healthy? No. Am I gonna do it anyways? Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna go back all the way up to okay, so instead of running away from the moss or the plants that want to eat you, you dive into the underbrush, which I feel is stupid because what if there's more of them? But so, hidden in the underbrush, you are safe from the moving plants, but you have to stay hidden forever unless you can think of a way to elude the plants. Then, as the sun's star, Altair, drops behind the hills, the plants go limp. Apparently they can only move when energized by the strong light and heat from their sun. And their son's a real big boy. They love it when he smiles. Okay. You waste no time making your way into high ground, hoping you'll get your bearings. Then you spot a familiar shape in the sky, a Signet shuttlecraft. You've lost your laser pistol, but you're able to signal the Signet by primitive but effective method of building fire. Signet disappears from view, but then circles back. It turns, banks, and in a few moments is on the ground beside you. Thank goodness I found you. Well, thank goodness I found you. Pickens says, you must be exhausted, and we should return to the Aloha. But first let me fly a short way over the desert, beyond those hills. I spotted something we should investigate. I really want to use my laser.
Please. Please let me use my laser.
And this one goes...
It's the only reason why they let me come along.
20, see where that might go. Okay. So, okay, let's go up to the other choice, where, instead of, landing and getting out, you just go, I'm not paid enough for this, and go back to Aloha.
You open the door, look at the world, close the door, leave.
Oh, this one leads back to another choice. This one leads back to the choice where you get caught in that like antimatter storm, and you either find the aliens or you're adrift in space.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, we are done with this side of the book, I think.
Damn.
Yeah, that had a lot. I want to kind of see what happened to the... Oh, wait. This book is so well put together. So, remember when I said, like, this book feels like it's infinite?
Yeah.
Jokingly?
Yeah.
The other choice, which is page 8, so, if you decide to, from the first choice, if you decide to, go to the planet, when you get first hit by the, storm, the antimatter storm, and the captain gets, like, shocked or something, and is paralyzed,
Mm-hmm.
if you change directions, he wakes up and wants you to go to the Neb 5.
Oh.
Yeah. So we went through the entire book.
Dang.
It just loops around in like a very logical way. I want to say this is a gold standard now. I'm not joking when I say that this is one of the best ones I've read from this series. Everything is internally consistent. It knows when to stop the storyline, but lead it into another part where it wants to tell a story.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like you're never really, I don't think you're ever really lost in this book. Where it feels like you're like mired in the middle of a story that they don't want to tell.
Yeah.
Because it wants to tell all the stories that's in it. This is gold standard. Man, if we were rating books, this would be like up there. This is like on the level of the Magic of the Unicorn book, which is high praise because I love that book.
I know, that book was so good.
I love that.
You wrestle
book,
a manlet. So. Oh my gosh!
You multiple times have big britches for a little girl, and
biggest
you get your
britches.
shit rocked. You get your shit rocked, but you know what? You went in there with your full chest.
I know. Here, the character's even like, yeah, I could take him. It's so funny.
God, that is... Man, what can I say besides this is an expertly put together book?
I do love that the protag in this, you can just be like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
No. I'm not doing that.
No matter how you go about this book, it's going to take you to the story it wants to tell, and not in an unintrusive way. There's two ways of getting the story line that they want to tell, which is how I think most of them should do. Because, like, most of the books that we do, there's a story that they wanted to tell, and then the story that they didn't want to tell, basically.
Yeah.
Or there's probably two stories that they want to tell. One is just, like, obviously an afterthought, and the other one is, like, what they thought out.
Yeah.
But good job, Edward Packard. Good job.
You did it. Congrats.
There's another one that we'll read eventually called Space Vampire, which is also really good.
Yes.
But man, gold star all around.
Yes.
Isn't that right, Death Star? I should give it a Death Star instead. That's the highest honor for me.
Yes.
A Death Star is a thing that I like a lot.
A very special star.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I don't know what we have. What we doing? You have anything to say?
No, that was a good one. That was really good. I like being able to mind my own business in a story. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you do the plugs.
Okay, you should go check out.
We have a blue star. I mean, we have a blue sky thing now.
Oh, right. So we have a blue sky where you can go find us. We have a Tumblr that you can also find us at. Oh God, I just looked at it. It's not built yet, so I don't know my URL. It's turn to the number Doompod is the username.
Well, this has been Turn to Your Doom, and I don't know, maybe you should just disobey people in power more often.
Yeah, tell your captain to fuck off.
Yeah, tell your captain to fuck off. It will work at least once. Bye.
Yeah.